Good morning, class. In last class, I taught you about the structure and function of different parts of the flower. Now, in today's class, I will explain you about some terms concerned with the flower, and these are the first term that I will tell you is the perianth. Perianth is the condition of the flower in which when both the calyx and corolla cannot distinguish with each other, that condition of the flower, that condition of petals and sepal is called perianth. And this type of condition seen in onion flower or in lily flower. These are the example of perianth. Perianth means when sepal and petals cannot distinguish. They are attached with each other. That condition is called perianth. That type of flower is called perianth. Now the second is the complete flower. Complete flower is the flower in which no any whorls are absent. In a flower, if no any whorls, there are 4 whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. When out of these 4 whorls, no any whorls are absent in any flower, that type of flower is called complete flower. And that the example of complete flower is hibiscus flower. Now after complete, the second type of flower is incomplete flower. If any of the whorl is absent in a flower, that type of flower is called incomplete flower. And papaya flower is the example of incomplete flower. Incomplete flower, any of the flower, calyx, corolla, androecium or gynoecium. If any of the whorl is absent in a flower, that type of flower is called incomplete flower. And after incomplete, neuter flower. Neuter flower means in a flower in which any of the reproductive part is absent. It may be either androecium or gynoecium. If any of the part, not any of the, both sexual reproductive parts are absent in a flower, that type of flower is called neuter flower. And the example is ray florets of sunflower. And after neuter flower, the next term is the bisexual flower. A flower in which both androecium and gynoecium is absent. Not absent, they are present. A flower in which both androecium and gynoecium are present, that type of flower is called bisexual flower. And another name of bisexual flower is hermaphrodite flower. And the example of bisexual flower is hibiscus flower. The second type of flower is unisexual flower. If any of the reproductive part of the flower is absent in a flower, any one reproductive unit if absent in a flower, that type of flower is called unisexual flower. So unisexual flower may be staminate flower or pistillate flower. Staminate flower means male flower, in a flower in which only androecium is present. And pistillate flower means a flower in which only gynoecium is present, it is female flower. And the example of this unisexual flower is the papaya flower. After that, the next condition is monoecious flower. Monoecious flower means if male and female flower are present in a single plant, that type of plant is called monoecious plant, and the flower is called monoecious flower. And the example of this monoecious plant is corn. Corn flower is the good example of monoecious. In corn plant, both male and female flower is present, means staminate, and the flowers are unisexual, but the condition but both the conditions are found on the same plant, means staminate condition and pistillate condition. Male condition, male flower and female flower are found on the same plant. That type of plant is called monoecious plant. And the second is the dioecious flower. Dioecious means a flower in a plant in which only male flower is present, or a plant in which only female flower is present, that type of plant is called dioecious plant. Means that type of plant is called male plant, male flower, or female plant or female flower. And the example is, again it is papaya flower. This is all about some important terms concerned with the next topic of our chapter is placentation. Now what is placentation? Placentation is the arrangement of the ovules in ovary, is called placentation. And these are the carpels. We all know that ovary is made up of carpels, and these are the carpels in which ovules are present, and this arrangement of the ovules is called placentation. The term is called placentation. And on the basis of fused and free carpels, there are two conditions: apocarpus and syncarpus. When the carpels are free, that condition is called apocarpus. And the example is rose. In rose, carpels are free, and that condition is called apocarpus, means carpels are free, they are not fused. And when the condition in which carpels are fused, that condition is called syncarpus, means all the carpels are fused with each other, and that condition is called syncarpus. And example is mustard. This is all about the placentation and apocarpus and syncarpus condition. And now the next topic is inflorescence. We all know that flower is present in cluster, or it may be single on a plant. When the flower is present in cluster, there are arrangement of the flower, and that arrangement of the flower is called inflorescence. Means arrangement of the flowers on an axis is called inflorescence. And the main axis of inflorescence on which the flowers are arranged, that main axis is called peduncle. And this is the main axis on which the flowers are arranged. This main axis is called peduncle. And this stalk to which the flower is attached to the peduncle, this is called pedicel. This condition is called pedicel. And on the basis of branched and unbranched condition, inflorescences are of two types: racemose inflorescence and cymose inflorescence. When the axis never ends with the flower, that condition is called racemose condition. And in this condition, the tip of the peduncle is in bud condition, whereas the matured and complete flower is seen on the base of the peduncle. And the example of racemose inflorescence is mustard flower. Now the second is the cymose. Cymose, this type of arrangement of the flower seen in jasmine flower. In this, the main axis, means this is peduncle, main axis ends with the flower, and the cymose inflorescence branched like this, and means each branched end with the flower, and this condition is called cymose inflorescence. This is all about today's class, and means about this chapter. In this way we have completed this chapter. I will give you a PDF of question answer in next class. Till then, thank you.